Overload on score. Huh. Yeah, we're back. That was interesting. Because I just got the notification and it was like, OBS has shut down. I was like, ah, well, shit. And I thought I lost internet, but no, I couldn't interact with anything. I was like, what's going on? And I looked over at OBS and it was just like, I can't click it. So yeah, the program just crashed. I've never had that happen to me before. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I wrote, OBS said get fucked. You are absolutely correct, Tim. You are absolutely correct. I collected a lot of money today. Look at all this money. Look at this money that I just found. Pack your shit, cause we're going to town. Weak grip on life. That's death. COVID scrounger, that's okay. Stress eater. Oh, I don't like that. But yeah, wrote your, yeah. A lot of people talk about going to college as though that is the future and that there is no possibility of, like, success unless you go there. Which, I mean, again, if you have connections or something, like, yeah, you don't have to go. In fact, like, there's actually some studies that are now, or not studies, but there are some suits that are going on. They're actually suggesting that going to college can very well be bad, because if you don't go to a prestigious enough college, or if you go to a, hold on. Okay, I'm good. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Pardon me. If you don't go to a prestigious enough school, or if you go to a, you know, like a specific school that, you know, is for very specific purposes, so like ITT Tech is one of them. They advertise, like, if you go to this school, you will be trained and you can absolutely go into this field. And that is not the case. There are a lot of jobs, you know, that have looked at people that came from ITT Tech, and they're just like, no, we don't see that as an actual school. That is not a school. That is not a university. So you quite literally have to make sure that you are going into, like, an actual school if you are going into school. And unfortunately, it's impossible to tell what college is actually, like, going to be accepted by a a job and won't. Number one, my heart going through great things. I know Full Sail had a lot of those issues. Did they? Really? Fuck Full Sail. No, you're absolutely right. But yeah, and now there is actually a lawsuit amongst these students that end up paying, you know, several, you know, tens of thousands in order to go to these schools with the promise of they will be recognized in these fields. And then they go off and, you know, these jobs are saying, no, you aren't. You aren't recognized in these fields because that's not a legitimate school. So a lot of these students, you know, are going back and are filing a suit. And it's really funny because a lot of pressure that is placed upon high school students is you either go to college or you go to the military. Those are like the two big options. And both of them are preying on you. Both of them are preying on the desperate. Colleges are expecting you to go to them, whereas the military is coming at you. So there's a lot of pressure for you to go into one of them. I tried Navy work. That's what I love about nursing. When it comes to hiring, it's like, you survived nursing school, hired. Yeah, no. Exactly. Increase number of available heroes to 7. You know what? Sure. Why not? This. Do I have a Kamaria? Gamara, you're being forcefully recruited. And you shall be. I don't know, what should you be? You'll be a bounty hunter. That's what you'll be. You're forcefully recruited.
The thrill of the
Enjoy.
hunt. The promise of payment.
Wait, damn it. Let me try that again. There we go. Yeah, literal depressive episode from that pressure. Nah, I'm with you right there, Scorecap. I had the same pressure as well. Or I had the same depressive episode. Especially when because I was a part of College Forward, which drastically does increase the chances of going to college. But the thing is, essentially, if you don't have parents who have been setting up for you to go to college since you were born, or you know, even like 2 years prior to you graduating, you can't do it. Because the problem I had was I went up to my family and I was like, yo, I'm filling out the FAFSA. Can I get your W-2s? And they were like, we don't got them. And I was like, well, shit. And it ended up taking like 2 or 3 months before I ended up getting it. And I tried for so many scholarships, but unfortunately, I wasn't in top 10%, which essentially means you're fucked. Yeah, no, I was just like, well, you know, fuck it. And then, you know, like, I got an acceptance letter from the college I actually wanted to go to, but then when it actually came to, like, let's pack up and go over there and, like, get accepted, it didn't happen. I was just like, you know what, no. You watch the video and, oh god, you look uglier than I could ever imagine. Awesome, Korok. Awesome. Also, awesome. And no, I did not, Korok. I completely forgot. I went through a goddamn episode, Korok, and I just fucking forgot. I had more important things on my mind, like goddamn wallowing in a pool of filth. It's pretty great. Okay. Yeah, no, this'll work. I am... Where is that poor... Oh, wait, hold on. There's nothing more important than big anime titties. There's a lot of more important things than big anime titties, Korok. Listen, I could watch big anime titties. I also have friends of flat-chestedness, but they're real titties. They're real titties. Like, I could go up to one of my male friends and be like, show me your titties, and then I get titties. It's crazy. But those aren't titties. But I do still get the nipples. I won't lie, I don't know what that was about. Flat chests are best. Honestly, like, humble brags. They're prepared to send me to college. I think my life would have been better. Like, my mom never put stress on me to be better or anything. She just raised me to go with what life gave. Yeah, no. No, like, one of my favorite things is honestly when a woman lies on her back and, like, they just kind of sink in. You guys know what I'm talking about? Where it's like, you know, when they're, like, forward, it's like, bam, and you're like, oh, that's great. But then they lie on their back and it's like, and you're like, oh, crazy. And it just looks like they're super muscular. It really, it's not even like an attraction. It just fascinates me. Like, I'm just like, hold on. I really need to change my settings so that it's understood that I'm a mature audience, or that this is a place for a mature audience, but I really haven't had to deal with it. Like, everyone that comes by here are honestly fairly mature. And anyone that's immature kind of ends up leaving within a few minutes. So yeah, it works out. I don't know what I want to set you up for. What should I do? I have to sink in if it's always sunk in. Can we ban Korok? Well, let me... Hold on, let me see this thing. I need to make sure if it's appropriate or not. Nah, you know what? This will be allowed. That board is clearly wearing a swimsuit. This is fine. It's two types of mature. There's the polite mature, and then you have content mature. Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Typically the content mature people are just going to sit around and be like, yeah, you know, I'll keep him up as background noise. And it's the ones that are like polite mature where it's like, hello, good day, human being. How are you doing today? I petition for a 1 second timeout. I'm going to abstain from this vote. That'd teach him. I read that as that would teach me, and I was like, why do you want to be timed out, dude? And I was like, hold on. My dyslexia kicked in for a solid second. Again, I still haven't been tested for dyslexia, but I swear to God it must be a thing, because, my goodness, I misread things so, like, way too often. But I get close. I get most of the words, and then it's like, the one word is just off. I don't know why. 8% crit melee skills, 10% damage melee skills. I don't know. It is extra stress as well. I mean, as long as I keep the torch up, it isn't too bad. I'll do it. You! Well, actually, hold on. Actually, here's what we'll do. Let's actually set you up with a thing. You know what? I got it. We'll actually set you up with the quick draw charm. Then we'll set up Kamaria to have, I'm thinking, the Ancestor's Pen and Wolf's Tassel, which will increase damage by a lot. Punch me, Daddy. Oh no. But yeah, no. Yeah, when it came time for me to go to college, like, my family just kind of like, it didn't pull through. Or actually, I never even signed up for classes, actually. Like, because I didn't get the FAFSA until, you know, it was like, oh, we're supposed to be heading off. So I didn't have that, and then I didn't get any scholarship. I was accepted for one scholarship. I was a part of the theater program at my school for a long period of time, and I was like, yes, you know, I did a lot of work, and they were like, we have a scholarship. You know, for like the two graduating people who have done the most work, and it was me and my friend Tucker. You know, it was only for like $300, and then it was like, yeah, you just have to talk to this representative and you know, accept it. And I messaged them, and I was like, hey, can I get that scholarship? And they were like, okay, you have to provide your classes. You have to provide a schedule for your classes. And I was like, I don't have that. Why do I need this? I don't have that. And they were like, well, you need it for, in order to, get the thing. I was like, well, fuck. I don't have that. What am I supposed to do? And I was, like, firmly not able to just get my schedule from, I wasn't able to sign up for my classes, I wasn't able to get my schedule, therefore I couldn't get the scholarship, and I just didn't end up going. I ended up talking with Tucker, and he was like, no, they just gave it to me. So this woman who, you know, like, represented me and was supposed to, you know, give me this scholarship, essentially decide, you know what, no, fuck you, I'm not going to give you the money. And that's how it went. I'm sure if I got that scholarship, I would have been a lot more willing to, yeah, like, really pressure myself into going to class, but, or, you know, going into college, but, yeah, no. I essentially just got screwed, and it's like, well, whatever. I'm still goddamn salty about that entire thing. Like, you guys have no idea how salty I am about that entire, like, horse cock. Also, sorry, I'm not keeping up with chat. Oh, hold on. I also need to upgrade them. 50-50 with the going to college. Like, I don't feel like it's a requirement in my life. Like, when I got out of high school, I didn't feel like I needed to sign up for college ASAP. To me, college is a future thing for when you really want to go for something. I don't want to rack up a massive debt when I don't have anything to drive for. Agreed, Korak. Again, honestly, I feel as though going to college should really just be like, it should really be a sense of you're going because you want the knowledge, but unfortunately it's pressured into your head that you're going because you want a goddamn slip of paper that determines your future, and I just can't get on board with this. This is a fate that I firmly do not believe in. Yeah, I'll go ahead and have that as well. I had a root canal a few months ago that I can't afford to have filled and capped, so I just keep shoving Denton into the open cavity because priorities. That's pretty fucked up, Kamaria. That's really fucked up, in all honesty. And here I am with, like, goddamn snaggle teeth and a cavity that has been on one of my teeth for over a year now, and I'm not exactly sure why. I don't know how it hasn't bored a hole into my goddamn tooth. Actually, I'm not even sure if it's a cavity. It is a black spot, like, at the very top of my tooth. But it hasn't grown, it hasn't done anything. I don't exactly know why. Hold on, where am I at? It's the field. I'll bring bandages, I guess. That should be fine. I gotta go teach kids the language of the gods. Have fun, Duke, and bye, guys. Hey, thank you for stopping by, Dutesy. You take care of yourself. I hope you have a wonderful day, man. What's worse, some people think that slip of paper means the world. Like, the second they get the paper, they can get the job they want on command. Yeah, it is true that people that do indeed, you know, get a degree typically end up with better jobs. But a lot of that is primarily just because a lot of it isn't even in places that they want to go. A lot of it is primarily from what do you call those? Fuck, what do you call the people? It's primarily from, like, retail jobs, and they typically only give you better pay because in all honesty, they only give you better pay because they feel sorry for these people that are totally in debt and absolutely need the money. Some jobs try to excuse it as, oh no, it's not, you know, that's not the case. We're giving them all of this because we're giving them this because they have better qualifications, which is simply not true. It's just simply not true. Because it would make sense to give someone a manager position if they have a degree in business. If you have a degree in art, that does not mean you get a goddamn manager position. That doesn't mean shit. It means, it should mean, hey, let me see about hooking you up with some higher-ups about designing a logo or something. It should not mean, hey, do you want to, like, watch over a whole bunch of high school students? Okay, thanks, bye. By the way, here's your minimum wage for the week. Now get out of my sight. X-spots are a type of stain that can grow or not. I have one myself. Dentist kept checking it every checkup for over a decade and it never grew past a slight indent. Okay, I didn't know about this, Korok. I was unsure about it because it's also like the location of which it is located at is at the gum line. And essentially it's been there for a long time, but it's also at the tooth that I got yanked out of my skull when I was oh goodness, how old was I? I must have only been like 4 or 5 at the time. I'm not 100% sure. But oh damn it, that was the wrong one. I meant to do aim shot. Fuck. Oh well. Oh, you know what? It's fine. We'll deal with this. So yeah, because I had fallen off of my bunk bed because, you know, I shared a bed with I shared a room with my brother, and so we have bunk bed, of course. And I ended up falling off of it. The bunk bed's made out of metal. I slammed my tooth against it. It caused the tooth to bend, or not bend, but dislodge from the rest of the skull, from the rest of the jawline, and it was now pointing out like this, and it started growing outward like this, and it started growing outward through the gums like this, and it sucked. So they had to rip it out, and it didn't grow back for 2 years. Good times.
Formation is broken.
My tooth had run off and abscessed, so I paid for the root canal. Then got diagnosed with periodontal disease, so I'ma lose it anyways. But if I get it pulled, it's $1,500 to bridge it. But dentin is the stuff they use to temporarily fill teeth during the process of a root canal, so it's like, meh, works. That's still really fucked up, Kamaria. That sounds awful. I am so sorry. I know it has a stain that can grow or not, because there was a time in my life, for a couple of years, I would only brush my teeth once a month. I had the same thing. I'm not gonna lie, I did a similar thing. I was a goddamn disgusting middle schooler.
A handsome reward for a task well
like in
performed.
middle school, I went like 6 months without showering at one point, and looking back at it, I'm just like, oh my god, how could I have done such a thing? And I'm glad that I'm not that disgusting, dirty little boy anymore, thank goodness. I got you, Korok. Well, it's a good thing that that's the case, otherwise that really could have fucked up things. That would've sucked. Hi, Beauty Pie. How's it going? Good to see you. What you up to? There's no root, so I can't feel it. Doesn't bother. Everything that bothers you doesn't bother me. My days when I'm holding I'm living in the sunlight, dancing in the moonlight, having a wonderful time. I was actually a very big fan of Tiny Tim. Like, I of course was introduced to Tiny Tim because of SpongeBob. That's where everyone knows Tiny Tim from, even if you don't actually know who Tiny Tim is. But you know, I was like, what was this song? You know, I looked it up when I was in high school, and I was like, oh, this is a man named Tiny Tim. And I absolutely adored him, and I was like, I'm going to watch the fuck out of this.
These nightmarish creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Shulurk? Okay. See you. Have a good lurk, Scorecab. Scorecab. Very tired from traveling. How are you, dude? I'm doing really good, Beauty Pie. Where hath thou traveled? Blah, 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 blah. Fixing on my gums right now. My gums currently are at a state that I'm like 1 centimeter away from developing gum disease for some of my teeth. So I'm trying to floss much more. Still forget a lot, but I got at least 2 floss a month. Oh, I forgot to fix my lineup. That is my bad. That's fine. I can deal with this. That's one kill. From Melbourne to Bangkok, and then Bangkok to Phuket. Nice. That sounds like quite the trip, Beauty Pie. Have you been enjoying it? I brush and floss like hell now. I make sure to brush at least once a day. Like, I can guarantee I'm going to do that. I did have a bit of time where I was not doing that, however, this month, because I was just so gosh darn depressed. And so that was a thing. Luckily I'm out of it now. But yeah, I typically make sure I brush at least once a day, and I fucking scrub my gums. Like, I take the toothbrush and I go against my gums. Not that, like, I don't do it to the point where they bleed, but I definitely make sure that there's some pressure and that I'm, like, cleaning the entirety of my gums. I don't floss, however, which I definitely need to get into the habit of, but I feel as though I don't have the time. It's just one was a night flight and it's very difficult to sleep on planes. You can say that again. Especially if you sleep and then it's like, we are currently landing, and you're like, fuck! Because then you gotta do the swallow technique in order to make sure that, that your, like, goddamn ear holes don't explode. You deep gum the toothbrush? Of course, Scorecat, of course. I go fucking in.
Unbalanced.
If I lose my teeth, I lose my teeth. I can't blame anyone but myself. Yeah. I have a similar mentality. I really don't want to lose my teeth, though. Like, that's something that if it happened, I'd be like, ah, damn it. I know they could perform a surgery, give you, like, I'm pretty sure, like, if I got to the point where I lost all my teeth, I'd be like, can you replace these with steel? Like, I'd probably ask, like, a surgeon or like, dentist or something about that. I'd be like, can you just replace it with steel?
Give them no quarter.
Hello there, everybody. I am the Kookaburra.
So clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Just walk to every destination. Of course. Go titanium? Ah, okay, Korak. I'll take your word for it. I have to wear special earplugs called earplanes because the pressure makes me feel like there's needles in my eardrum. Really? Talk to a dental psychiatrist? Yeah, of course. You get me. Be like, is there something you can do about this? And they'll just be like, well, we can place you in a mental rehab asylum, or you could change your mind right fucking now, and we can pretend this never happened. I'll just be like, these are both tempting options. It was this bad once I was full on bailing when we were landing. Oof. Nah, that doesn't sound good, Kem. That doesn't sound good at all. I said bailing, but I did process it as balling.
Paid for in blood.
I read it wrong, but I processed it right. I swear. Really? There's a curio, like, between... Okay. I'm not gonna grab it. Nice. And then I just have to head back over towards the other area. It's gonna... Yeah, I'll be below 75, but I'll still be in a fairly good position. Yeah, no. Actually, so... most of my time flying was actually when I was younger, like when my family was actually in a fairly good position of living. Like we did quite a bit of flying, but like we went to Disney World and all of that. So most of my experiences flying was when I was like 4 and 5. I think maybe 6. I'm not exactly sure. My first time flying as an adult was actually last year. I ended up going to a, well, one of my friends bought me a ticket, and essentially he was like, hey, I'm going to an event called Brick World, and I would like it if you could come along. And I was like, you know, that sounds pretty cool. And I was like, what's Brick World? And he was like, it's kind of the equivalent of Legoland. And I was like, oh, that sounds really cool. Quick disclosure, it's not. It's nothing like Legoland. It's a terrible knockoff. All it is people show up and they say, look at my awesome creation that I spent $1 million on, and learned moderate programming and mechanics work in order to make, and that's all it is. It's people showing off their awesome creations that they spent like months of their life building and probably years of their life in order to afford, and that's all it is. Essentially, like, yeah, I went there, and this is definitely an event that you only go to for 1 day. I was there for 3 days. We stayed for 3 days, and the entire time we sat right next to the display. You know, this was a display that was made for his brother. Like, his brother passed away.
Foolish horrors.
Passed away from
and driven into the mud.
Not muscular what is it? I want to say muscular dystrophy, but I'm almost positive I'm wrong. Museum IRL, exactly. It's
reduces the isolation of our troubled estate.
It is a thing essentially where, around puberty, instead of your muscles gaining growth, your muscles start to deteriorate. I'm forgetting what it is, and I feel so bad about that. Because it's such an important thing, but I'm just forgetting what it is, and I feel so bad about that. But yeah, this was a memorial muscular atrophy. Thank you, atrophy.
Before the crows and rats made it their domain.
Shrieker's Prize. Ooh, that sounds wunderbar. But yeah, we it was very much like we created this thing. It was a giant Star Wars display that we ended up making, and it was like, awesome, we have this. You know, I was like, that's you know, it's pretty decent. It looks pretty good. I actually do have pictures of it still, but I'm just kind of holding on to those. Yeah, no, we ended up making this, and then, you know, it was good for the first day, and then the 2 days after that, it was really just kind of like, well, I mean, there's nothing to do, so a lot of the times we were just sitting next to the display, like, on our phones or reading comic books, and it was like, you know, this is very, like, kind of fucked up, because we made this display, for, you know, in memorial of his brother, and we're kind of sitting next to it, like, kind of ignoring the world around us, and, like, this crossed my mind, and I was like, this is, like, that's kind of fucked up. And then I had another thought, I was like, this is a terrible event. This is a shitty place to be. And yeah, so, what is this? Callous Talon? Earth? Oh. I mean, I'm down. What were we talking about? Muscular atrophy. It's defined as a decrease in the mass of muscle. It can be a partial or complete wasting away of muscle, and is most commonly experienced when persons suffer temporary disability circumstances, such as being restricted in movement and or confined to bed as when hospitalized. Yeah, but, yeah, with him, it was just a natural thing where his muscles quite literally deteriorated to the point where he couldn't walk, and then eventually he couldn't breathe. And he passed away from that, I'm wanting to say 3 years ago. And yeah, it's I wasn't too close with him, but I did show up for the funeral because it was my a really good friend of mine. It was his brother, you know. And it's like he needed all the support he could get at the time, so of course I went. I wasn't gonna leave him for that. Where the fuck did you go, Rain? Where'd you go? Okay. Yeah. And yeah, it was an entire thing. How do I want to deal with this? Actually, if I am going to deal with this, I need people that can reduce their dodge. So yeah, actually, RX Hanzo is a really good example of that because he has the debuff target dodge. So that's a good start. Also get muscle atrophy from sitting in the computer all day. Yep. I actually experienced, like, I have muscular atrophy in my, it's not true. I was going to try and go along with you, Korok, but I just couldn't. I couldn't. I was gonna be like, yes, I've suffered muscular atrophy in my legs, and they are now just noodles. That's, but I just couldn't go along with it. I'm sorry. I tried. I really did for a solid 2 seconds, but I couldn't do it. I guess a Nadeko wouldn't be bad. Hold on. Yeah, could increase everyone's accuracy with this. Wouldn't be a bad idea. We can protect anyone if need be. This is good. Muscular atrophy of the dick. Oh. Don't talk about my dick, man. I trusted you with those nudes. What do I want? Extra accuracy if in position 4, more speed, less stress, and then this will increase the accuracy more, along with more crit chance and just less dodge. Now for this, what I want is the Blasphemous Vial, and yes, I'm gonna go with the Ancestor Signet Ring, which is a shitload of stress, I know. Actually, hold on. No, actually, we're going to go without the Blasphemous Vial, and we're just going to go with the Hag's Ladle instead. So we only have 10% extra stress. We're going to go with a dodge build right here, just because it has proven to work very well, and also there is a Gravekeeper, yeah, there it is, which is just dedicated towards dodge. How wonderful. And increases accuracy with ranged weapons, so it works out. Oh. Foolish. By the way, I don't know what your dentist tells you, but if you are to floss more, you're not supposed to just grind the floss up and down the side of teeth. What you're supposed to do is stay away from the sides of the tooth until you get deep down your gum, then press against your tooth and pull up. You want to pull the food stuff away from your gums, not jam them into your gums. So you essentially want to pull it down out of your teeth. That makes sense. My dentist doesn't tell me anything, though, because I haven't been to one in years. I really should. They probably do a nice tooth cleaning and, you know, tell me a whole bunch of stuff, but I just haven't gone. Okay, and what do I want to do here with Nadeko? There's actually there's a lot I could do here with Nadeko. A lot of it I'm very unsure about. You know, I just realized we don't have a healer. And actually, I would very much like to have a healer. So here's what I'm thinking. You're not as effective on the front line. And you're not effective on the back line. But we can go without Torch, actually. The only reason why I wanted Torch was to see how Blight would work against the creature, fuck, whatever it's called. Whatever the thing is called, the Shrieker. But in all honesty, we can choose something else. That's Squid Deacon. I don't want Squid Deacon. What's going on? Okay. So yeah, we'll still go with Nadiko on the front line. What the fuck? Oh. That was my Star Wars. Yeah, we'll actually go ahead and place the Ancestor's Signet Ring right there. What's another good thing to have? Because I don't exactly plan to attack with Nadiko. I primarily want Nadiko to just be buffing and be defense. So I don't know what else I could use. I guess we'll just go with Heavy Boots. Heavy Boots have proven to work very nicely. And then, last but not least, Requiem. Right here. And I, with this, will be going with, yeah, I'll just go with the Pure Heal Vestal. Because it's worked so well in the past. We can forget about doing any damage with the Vestal, though. It is not going to happen. Now, the Shrieker is an Eldritch Beast. So we won't get any extra damage from that. In all honesty, a Houndmaster or an Occultist would work out fairly well against it, but oh well. Okay, let's take on the Shrieker. I think this will be the last thing I do for the night. I could probably do one more dungeon, fill up Veiled. You cannot retreat from this quest. Are you sure you wish to proceed? Yes. Let's see how it goes. I've only been going for 2 hours. Thank you. I do have to be up tomorrow morning, though. So yeah, I actually can't stay up. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Right. It's just a boss fight, so it doesn't even matter. I will grab some extra bandages, because I remember it likes to do a lot of damage to... I don't know if it does any damage to torches. I can't remember. I'll grab some torches just in case. But yeah, we'll take the bandages. I will take medicinal herbs as well. I don't think it does any venom or any blight damage, so we should be fine with that. Hopefully. Let's see it. Show me potato salad. The Shrieker's call is almost unbearable to human ears. Yeah, but I gotta be up tomorrow morning so I can run to the bank for things. I also need to pick up a ski mask, and I gotta stop by Cabela's as well. Don't ask me why. Okay. It's an 85% chance to hit perfect, but debuff. Awesome. Down to 33 defense now. That is wonderful. That's fine. I'm going to immediately increase our dodge and reduce our stress as well. Hemophilia? That's not cool. Stop that. Oh, do I set this up now? It's very resistant to blight. Oh, right. I wouldn't have even been able to blight. Well, I possibly could actually blight it if I ended up hitting it with several poison darts and then, yeah. So it's a good thing I didn't bring Torch along. That would have been stupid. Okay, hold on. I'm thinking about this. Could do the Shadow Fade for the extra damage and then hit them with the lunge, which... classic strategy, that be. Let's go ahead and do that. It does increase their speed, I think. Nope, maybe not. Ow. That's a lot of damage. Party comfort. Let's keep us healed up and make sure this thing doesn't kill us. He's clawing. How would you feel if this thing was in your backyard? Like, just standing there watching you. I don't think I'd want to be there. Fuck, I forgot, like... he's so goddamn fast, you can't even... ah, shit, right. Completely forgot. Oh, that was the wrong heal. I meant to go with Divine Grace, oh well.
How quickly the tide turns. Snipper's Mark? I could go after the nest. Just try and fuck up the nest, I suppose, but... I don't know. I feel as though I can get this. What would you do if you found a tiny Shrieker in your pocket? I'd probably, like... I'd probably just, like, place my lips around its beak. Give it a big old kiss. Let's provide some defense. Make sure that you don't go dying. We got plane protection right here now. That hurts. That hurts a lot. He's got me. Go ahead and do that so we don't have the defense down. We now have the mark on him. Demark. We now have Demarcos on him. Yeah, honestly, just throwing the daggers at him is probably going to be a better bet. A better bet? Yeah, if I actually want to take this thing on, I need an entire team that can just reduce his dodge. I'll have to keep that in mind for another time. First, I can increase everyone's accuracy with things like this. Stop dying, you coward! So yeah, we'll go ahead and bandage that up. And since you're being protected, you don't need the heals. Kind of. Details. Oh, he's gone. Oh no, he's just back. He has extra speed. Speed! It's 2 right now. Peck. Nice, we managed to dodge for once. Mark him. Shrieking Flight, and he's gone. Everyone's so scared. But we did it. We managed to win. Perhaps the
Win.
turning point.
We get the item, which is the big thing. Because this is the 3rd Shrieker item I've gotten, which is really... I mean, it's... like, the Shrieker items are meant to be used for, like, low light builds. And, you know, this one's pretty good because it would be nice for a crit build. I do have better items I would rather use. Zoophobia, after seeing that thing, yeah, very fair. Corvid's Eye, and the Corvid's Eye is actually a big thing to have as well. Extra accuracy and scouting chance for Zeltis, wonderful. Diurnal. Minus 2 speed if torch is below 26. Replaced enlightened. Okay.
Once, our estate was the envy of this land.
I need to throw more people into this thing. Oh, thank goodness. You have been cured, the Aishin. Rain has creeping cough. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Hemophilia. We'll get rid of that. And then a shitload of stress for everyone else.
People don't want to be here. I wonder why. With Deacon, we'll go with that. Nadeko can get some easier treatment. Who else still needs to go to the to a place in order to get rid of that? There we go. Who else just needs to? Okay. And we'll go ahead and stop there. Go ahead and end the stream there. So thank you everyone that showed up to watch. I will hopefully be back from this point on, or you know, for a while. You know, because things again have really just gotten nicer. So I hope to see you all later. You all stay safe. Remember, do not text and drive, do not drink and drive. 10 and 2 people, 10 and 2, and happy days in the sunshine ahead. I'm just gonna toss you guys over at Tolo. He's playing some Fallout 3. Yeah, and hopefully it'll be a fun time. I will be back tomorrow, and yeah, I hope to see you all then. In the meantime, pleasant dreams to you all. Bye, everyone.